Unfortunately, there is one thing that stands between me and that property. The rightful owners. There must be some way of scaring them off, driving them out, of getting rid of every human being alive.
Right.
Now, the discharge occurred sometime after the incident.
We'll work up a number 6 on them.
Number 6? I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that one.
Well, that's where we go a-riding into town. A whopping and a whomping. Every living thing that moves within an inch of its life. Except the women folks, of course.
You spare the women?
No, we raped the shit out of them.
I haven't been touched yet. She was fucking prime.
Oh.
So, guys, he started pimping her out for $50 a shot. I think at the end of the day, you know, he made like $500 before she hung herself. Really? Yeah.
She hung herself? How come she hung herself?
I don't know. She wasn't happy. It was culture. It's really shunned upon if you get raped. You know, I guess she would have been stoned to death anyways by her people.
Yeah. Fortunately, there's one thing that stands between
Well, she was fucked anyway, I guess.
Yeah, really.
In more ways than one.
Mahmoudiyah in Iraq, and then killing several family members and the woman as well. We are told that they doused her body with some type of chemical and then set her on fire to cover up the crime. We go now to the Pentagon and...
I mean, CIA showed us a lot of shit, man. Generator.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, they're going to hook it up to their nipples or their nuts.
Ooh, ouch.
Shock the shit out of them.
Jim, we understand that these soldiers are accused of actually stalking this woman. Is that what you're understanding as well?
Or we'd take a plastic and wrap it around their heads until they started choking.
Well, as of today, a former member of the U.S. military, recently discharged from the Army, was arrested over the past couple of days in North Carolina, and this morning arraigned on 4 counts of murder and 1 count of rape in connection with an incident that occurred in Mahmoudiyah March 12th.
As far as I'm concerned, they're all guilty. You know what? They should have kicked Saddam out themselves. Instead, we're there doing the fucking job. You know, we're losing guys. Were those people in the World Trade Center guilty? No, fuck them. They fucked us.
Fucking
now
do
we're
anything.
fucking them. Yeah. Fuck them, dude. Anyone with a fucking rag on their head is fair game.
South of Baghdad. Now, according to Justice Department officials, this individual is identified as 21-year-old Stephen D. Green. As I said, he was recently discharged from the military. Some military officials tell NBC News that it was an administrative discharge, apparently for mental health reasons.
In the bottom of that cavity, which now we'll call a shallow grave, was an adult.
At least 2 soldiers are apparently alleged to have entered a home in Mahmoudiyah on March 12th, raped a woman whose age was either 15 or 20, that still is not clear, then allegedly killed the woman and 3 other members of her family, including 2 adults and a child.
Like this. The body was much charred. It appeared that the body of the adult was laying over on the side with the face.
And Jim, do we know what type of penalties he could face if convicted?
Well, under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, premeditated murder, which is alleged in this case, carries a capital punishment charge, but it's not clear to me at this point whether it would be the same charge or the same punishment that could be leveled against any individual committed the crime under this extraterritorial jurisdiction act.
Viciously raped by her co-workers while living in Baghdad's green zone. Jones says she went to an Army doctor who determined she showed signs of vaginal and anal rape. But then, according to Jones, it just got worse. She says she was held in a shipping container for almost 24 hours without underwater.
Yeah, why did they let that?
Says she's finally able to call her father.
No one expected, I mean, compared to what we were doing every day, using a couple of hotties to rescue her. You know, what's the big deal about making a hot sheet walk around like a dog?
It's unclear whether any government
Jones
claims no criminal charges have been filed.
What else would you guys do? They always wear like you can't see them, right?
Have you gotten any information from the Justice Department about any kind of investigation?
No, we have asked soon after this event occurred to find out what
They had chicken surgeons, man?
No, really?
Who they were, and what the investigation was, and we haven't received any.
Next!
Qualifications.
Rape, murder, arson, and rape.
You said rape twice.
I like rape. You do.
Charming. Sign right here. Very good. Badge.
Next!
Something goes down, they just grab everyone around, fuck them. You're going to have 35 trials? No, people are like, oh, they're innocent, you know what, I don't give a fuck.
And forever is that little hand that had been
a terrible situation she was in.
Have you gotten any answers from the State Department or Justice Department about any kind of investigation?
No,
Adult was laying over on the side with the face down in the bottom of the pit.
Have asked soon after this event occurred to find out what became of the.
في نوفمبر الماضي حين قتل 4.
As I said, the fetus was in the abdominal area of that adult.
I'm like, what was going on? What was like?
Shit from the CO, did you?
Mm-hmm. And forever is that little hand.
20 شخصا من أهالي المدينة بعد أن تعرضت دورية لانفجار عبوة ناسفة على الطريق.
Now, over 2 years later, Jones still looking for answers. It's unclear whether any government agency is even investigating. Jones claims no criminal charges have been filed, and Jones may have few options other than bringing this civil suit, which she has done.
And forever is that little hand.
الجنود الأمريكيون قالوا إن الضحايا لقوا حتفهم نتيجة انفجار، لكن صورا للضحايا وإفادات شهود العيان أوضحت أن الأمر لم يكن كما قال مشاة البحث.
Jones says she went to an army doctor who determined she showed signs of vaginal and anal rape, but then according to Jones, it just got worse. A stunning allegation of a gang rape involving Haliburton KBR employees and a potential cover-up in Iraq. Jamie Lee Jones, seen here in photos from her website devoted to this case, alleges she was drugged and viciously raped by her co-workers while living in Baghdad's green zone.
The way those fingers were turned.
She says she was held in a shipping container for almost 24 hours without food or water, under armed guard.
That is bizarre. That is tragic. And it's disgusting.
When you say rescued her, I mean, it does sound like a pretty sort of unbelievable operation. The State Department going in.
Down in the bottom of the pit.
Said she was finally able to call her father back in the U.S. for help. Her congressman then reached out to the U.S. State Department, which sent officials from the U.S. Embassy to rescue her.
Have asked, we soon immediately went to work, contacted the State Department, told them became basically get on this
في نوفمبر
issue
الماضي
within 48
حين
hours.
قتل 4.
Her safety was
as I
obviously
said,
in
the
jeopardy.
fetus was in the
She was
abdominal
concerned
area
about
of
it,
that
and she was
adult.
I'm like, what was going on? What was like being a guy?
They had rescued the victim from her situation, got her to London, and finally got her back home.
To rescue a young woman who's allegedly been raped by Haliburton employees?
One of the things that will probably stick with me for a long time.
I see the whole
20 شخصا من أهالي المدينة بعد أن تعرضت دورية لمشاة البحرية الأمريكية لانفجار عبوة ناسفة على الطريق.
Now, over 2 years later, Jones still looking for answers. It's unclear whether any government agency is even investigating. Jones claims no criminal charges have been filed, and Jones may have few options other than bringing the civil suit, which she has done.
From that situation.
She was finally able to call her father of a gang rape involving Haliburton employees and a State Department cover-up in Iraq.
In the release, one of the things that will probably stick with me for a long time.
الجنود الأمريكيون قالوا إن الضحايا لقوا حتفهم نتيجة انفجار، لكن صورا للضحايا وإفادات شهود العيان أوضحت أن الأمر لم يكن كما قال مشاة البحث.
But then, according to Jones, it just got worse. She said she was held in a shipping container for almost 24 hours without food or water, under armed guard.
And forever is that little hand.
Obviously in jeopardy. She was concerned about it, and she was on.
That is bizarre. That is tragic. And it's disgusting.